Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to unpack Marvel Strike Force's newest blog post here, featuring the newest game mode, Siege Battle World. Now, this was announced late last year, but it's great to see that this is going to be a game mode that's coming very, very soon. As you can see with the blog post actually featuring weeks in advance here, but it could be coming as soon as actually in the next couple of weeks because of the offers already getting featured. So finally, the confirmed details is all here. We're going to be unpacking this blog, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know there's been some back and forth in terms of, the sentiment with the game, but, this is a new game mode coming, and this has not been seen for quite some time, ever since really the addition of Cosmic Crucible, which was, I believe it was a couple years back, so it's been quite some time. So, the famous setting of Secret Wars is coming to Marvel Strike Force. Battle World is a new PvE alliance game mode that combines coordination, roster power, and strategy in a way that's never been seen before in Marvel Strike Force. Today, we're revealing the exciting details behind this all the way into the new play here. So you can see here, essentially, it's going to be a week-long event. It does look like that it's applicable to commanders level 75 above, but it's going to be each week, and then as well, there's going to be a wave of enemies, and then there's going to be a terrible and terrifying boss that's actually going to be we're up against. So that's completely different. We haven't seen that kind of mechanic because Dark Dimension comes close to it, but there isn't really a big bad boss in Dark Dimension, right? It's just waves and waves of powerful enemies that are scaled upward, and then obviously synergizing the best. Now, the really interesting thing is that this lasts, like I said, for about a week, or in this case, 6 days, with a new one kicking off automatically every week. So it's going to just be one goes down, then one gets reset. So hopefully it's kind of similar to the timing of how we would have like the Raids auto launcher, and then it's just coherent and smooth. There's a couple missions too that you can actually break down. So you can see standard missions, it's a wave of enemies racking up victory points for your alliance. It's going to be crucial to advancing to the boss. So this is going to be interesting to see what kind of strategies are involved for Alliance. Every enemy wave you eliminate also earns those victory points, but a new wave won't appear until the current one's defeated. So this is where you have to synergize and coordinate with your alliance. Obviously, having a more active alliance is going to be very meaningful. Even if you don't clear every wave, collect as many points as possible. Earning the victory points will also unlock better rewards. Good, duly noted. There's also another one that's called Spec Ops missions. So passive missions where you can send characters on a special side quest to score bonus VP. Once assigned, the mission auto-completes without a battle. Choose your characters wisely because the characters used in Spec Ops won't be available for standard. So it's gonna be interesting. I think there's gonna be some characters that can thrive and do well in some of these passive missions, but at the same time, then that means they can't be utilized later on. So there must be maybe hopefully a success rate indicator or a calculation of sorts. But I'm sure, as we've seen kind of in other mobile games, if there's a more powerful OP character, they're probably going to do better on these side quests. But at the same time, then that means when you use them, they may not be used later on for the main missions, right? And then lastly, boss battles. If you clear all the missions in a territory, which is laid out by the zone by zone that we're going through, the week is going to culminate into a massive boss battle between your alliance and ultimately a boss. All hands on deck. Each territory has a powerful boss with unique mechanics and shared health for the entire line. So this is what I'm more familiar with in other mobile games, because usually there's a big bad boss. We have not seen this Marvel Strike Force, which is kind of refreshing, but at the same time, it's going to be familiar if you've already played other mobile games where they have that raid or dungeon boss. And yeah, I think it's been due for a long time for a game mode like this. So really, really cool that they're actually adding it now into the game, and it switches things up really from that perspective. Strategies, everything. So here's a twist. Like I noted earlier, even above, you can only use the character once per day. So whether that's standard or Spec Ops, you have to be very strategic. So some of the most powerful tunes may do well in other things, but if you can only use them once, you do have to be strategic in where you want to use them, because I'm sure some of them are going to be exceptionally well in certain waves of enemies or certain zones that we're going to be using them for sure. So I'm sure the theory crafting is going to be completely applicable for everything if you want to min-max how you want to use certain teams for certain situations. This is going to be the most interesting one in my honest opinion, which is the boss battles, because this is where, obviously your entire alliance is working together. So these are going to be some crazy powerful bosses. I'm pretty pumped about this. Extremely powerful. They come with new abilities and can even catch the most experienced commanders off guard. So they're probably just going to have different kind of ways to function and interact with the game mechanic. So that's going to be super interesting. And remember, this is one boss against everybody in your alliance. It goes to show, the level of calamity that we're going to be up against. So pretty pumped about that. The first boss. So they do give us details here. The first boss you'll encounter is none other than the Lord of the Abyss himself, Null. Even though he has a killer smile, he's no joke, and his reign of terror is only beginning unless you stop him. Are you and your alliance up for the challenge? I really like how they've already included Null as a boss, because I was thinking that it might be a few patches later on, but with him being the first boss, it's exciting. There's actually a little bit more on that later on here with the reward. So let's see. Battle World will be a major source of purple isolate resources. That's great to finally get that confirmed, because now that these events and leaderboards are wrapping up, I was wondering how this is going to get earned. Totally makes sense now. They've created an avenue for this, so that way you essentially need to do this to push deeper and deeper into Dark Dimension 8. You're also going to be earning null character shards by playing Battle World with your alliance. So you and your alliance can inject more purple into your roster and also unlock a very powerful character that's coming into the game in the way of a boss form, but as well, we're going to get a playable version of him. So that's super exciting. Lastly, how to prepare for Battle World. So you need a well-rounded roster. So I love the fact that they've already kind of included some teams for us to be mindful of, and hence kind of why the event right now that just went live today is tied back to this, right? Hive Mind, Extreme X-Men, Spire Society, Alpha Flight. So feel good, folks, knowing that if you're putting any investment into this Twilight Vigil event that started today, well, guess what? It's all 4 of these teams. So that makes sense why it's kind of, synergized there, just to have that cohesion. But yeah, there's a couple of Q&As as well. They're planning a question and answers leading up to the big day. More exciting things to look forward to later this month. So leave your most burning questions actually on the Marvel Strike Force Discord. They've been more active. And there's actually even a Dark Dimension 8 poll right now for which character would you like to get rewarded 100 shards of for the 7 red. I believe Gladiator's easily taking the cake on that one, just because he's probably the most prominent character and the most impact to your roster. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in comments below, ladies and gentlemen. Super exciting. The newest game mode. It's a pretty historic time to finally add this new game mode. I feel like we're at a very pivotal point in the health of this game, because if it's a really good game mode getting added this time, you could very well be, adding more excitement back, getting players back and engaged into that zone. Or if it's an underwhelming game mode, this could be the nail to the coffin. This could finish the game as it is in a very interesting state right now, given the recent feedback and obviously the new release method that was announced that many folks are not happy with, myself included. It's just, a step away from the free-to-play side, right? So definitely, hopefully, this is going to be a game mode that works out. I love the game. I personally hope this is going to be successful, but we will see, guys, in due time. We will let the content speak for itself when it does come. But in the meantime, I'll keep you guys up to date with Marvel Strike Force content. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.